Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is Greedy Bedie's Lovely Locks, and today we are making deviled eggs. Here I'm just using cold water to boil 12 large eggs in a pot here. So you see I have started peeling my eggs. I have one there. Look how large these freaking eggs are, and I'm just showing you how ratchet my nails look because I was taking off my acrylics. Anywho, I have washed my hands. And I'm just showing you some of the seasonings and wet ingredients, dry ingredients that I use when I make my deviled eggs. So the Goya Sazon, the complete, that is just something you can use. I don't always use that. It gives it a little kick, as well as the Creole seasoning will definitely give it like a spicy kick. A couple of things I left out was my black pepper, my ground black pepper. I don't know how I forgot that. And mustard. You can use the dry mustard or, the regular wet mustard. I don't always use Miracle Whip. I usually use Hellmann's, but I'm not sure if you saw my other video where I was making the mac salad. The Miracle Whip and the Hellmann's together really gives it a great flavor. So guys, you definitely want to try it. Even if it's not your thing, I suggest you try it because it's just gonna open your eyes to a whole new, taste there. It's gonna make your taste buds pop. Okay, so now I have all my eggs peeled here. Just showing you how they should look once you peel them. And cut them across the long way. I was trying to, show you how to cut them the long way, but the way I have my camera, my phone positioned there, doesn't really, you really can't see what I'm doing. I'm still trying to figure out a way to have, a camera from up top, looking down so that you can see what I'm doing while I'm doing it, instead of me having to pick everything up and show you. So I'm working on my editing skills. Now, as you can see, my knife here, it sucks. It needs to be sharpened or something. Twinsies. I had about 4 of those, about 4 eggs like that had the double yolks. Like I said, I need to either purchase me some more knives or sharpen these knives here, because if it can't cut through your egg, then it's definitely, not a good knife. So your eggs are not going to be perfect. They're going to be some raggedy ones. Even when you peel them, sometimes they don't come out perfect, but it doesn't matter because once you garnish them, they're going to be beautiful and they're going to taste even better. As far as the seasoning goes, you can do it normally. Like, I don't know if you've ever made deviled eggs before. Maybe you're just here because you want to, get some more ideas. But you could just use mayo, mustard. You could use brown mustard. You could just use salt and pepper. I just add the sour cream for a little more creaminess. You don't have to use the Creole seasoning. You can just put a little cayenne pepper for your little kick. You know what I mean? Switch it up to your taste buds, to your liking. Here I've cut all the eggs in half. So I started with 12. Now I have 24 halves. And I'm just showing you my daughter's little princess spoon that she had when she was about 3 years old. I don't know why I still have it, but anyway, it's the tiniest spoon in the house, just to help me pop out those yolks so I can prepare the filling. So I'll just cut this part short because you can't actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just definitely gonna have to work on that. I wanted you to be able to see me popping out those yolks, but the way I have my camera, my phone positioned, you can't really see what I'm doing. So we're just gonna move along to where I begin to mash up the yolk and add in my seasoning and my ingredients. All done with getting out all the yolk. You see all those double ones that was in there? So my cousin actually wanted me to make her some deviled eggs, but as you can see, she got the large eggs instead of the regular small or medium. That's how the yolks look, and you can tell they're overcooked by how it looks green on the outside. It should be yellow if you want them a lot softer and a lot more tender. So I'm just using the back of the fork to kind of mash it up and get it as fine as possible. I don't know if it's necessary, but this is just how I do mine. I kind of overcook my eggs, guys, which makes them a little tougher. That's So you see the little green there. And I start adding my seasoning. I add the dry and then the wet. So usually, like I said, add the dry, mix it up, and then add the wet. So I did add some dry ingredients. Can't really give you measurements. I just seasoned to taste. So here I have about, what's that, a tablespoon of I don't know why I'm fussing with this bag here because it was already in there perfect the way I needed it to be. You can even use a piping bag, use like a star tip to make designs. So it just doesn't look like one blob, you know what I mean? You can jazz it up. This is not for a customer, just for a family member. We were barbecuing this day and put a lot of love into these deviled eggs, and that's what makes them taste so good. So I'm just squeezing out much air as possible, trying to kind of mush it together. So once I start squeezing it into the halves, it doesn't make a mess. It doesn't like plop into there. So, and then what I do is I leave them on the paper towel and I pipe them in. I decorate them, I put the parsley, the garnish, whatever it is I'm going to garnish them with. Usually I do that first and then I put them on the tray. So the tray looks, more professional, not like you just threw it together. So sorry about all the movement. I'm trying to hold the camera, my phone, and sprinkle the garnishments, the parsley and the paprika at the same time. And you see how this can become messy. So that's why I do it on the counter or on a paper towel or something first, and then transfer them over to the tray that I'm using. Now this is actually my big cookie sheet. It's shaped in a heart that I use to make like cookie cakes and things like that. I have a round one as well. But for some reason, all my dishes and things are just disappearing. I don't know if I'm taking them over to people's house, leaving them, or if somebody is just swipe or no swiping. I have no idea. But this is all I had today, so this is what I'm using. And usually when I'm making things like deviled eggs, things that you have to touch a lot for a client or a customer, I do wear gloves. So that's just to let you know, which I know it's a major concern for everyone, is for me as well. Anytime I go anywhere, I want to make sure that person is clean, make sure they have washed their hands, they're wearing gloves, they don't have their hair falling everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, just be professional when it comes to people's food. I have always loved deviled eggs, as long as I can remember, since I was a child. Even just hard boiled eggs, I would eat. So just watching myself or being in that moment when I'm preparing something that I know I love, and it's, making it with love, I'm making it from my heart. Especially when people give me free range to just do what I want to do, or they go, well, make it how you always make it. I'm like, yes, they are gonna love this. This is how they turned out. A couple of them didn't make it. So I am going to add this right here. This is what we eat on ours. Not always, but our family, we a little different. To each is his own. And I'll be right back after I cut my olives in half and put the peppers on top. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And do not forget to hit the post notification bell so you do not miss a beat. Peace out. See you when I see ya.